Hello guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at Hardpoint sub base, and we're going to be looking at how we're going to be pulling the strings on the spawns, how we're going to be spawning them out, how we're going to be getting good spawns, and how I'm going to be reading exactly where they're spawning when they do. If you want to see the spawn guides yourself, feel free to check out the link to this description in the description down below for my sub base spawn guide. That, or you can check on my Discord in my spawn guide channel, where they're all in their own files, so you can look at it in your own spare time. The gameplay we got here is actually a 50-point club. I think they get 46 points in total, so we're absolutely destroying them on the map. Myself, I get a 2 KD, and although I'm not getting time, you guys are going to be able to see how you can be crucial for the win of your team without having to be on the hill all the time. First things first though, rank plays out in a couple of days. This is probably going to be one of my last BPL 8s video. I'm probably not going to play it when rank plays out, because that's what I'm going to be playing for the majority of the time. But I just want to know who's buzzing for it. It's been a long overdue. Couple of days. Are we grinding on the day? We're going to wait a couple of days for the sweats to get out of the ranks. What's the plan from you guys? So anyway, kicking it off into the spawn guide, which is what you're all here about. Not the spawn guide, but how, what's going on in my mind, why I'm pushing certain things, and, what's going on in my head. The two main spawn points, or the three main spawn points, you could say, are back P3, which is by the submarine, which is the next hill, or outside tunnel, or in warehouse. Now, I'm very conscious of where my teammates are spawned, so I'm always looking at the minimap here. Parallel spawns are very, very common, and if you look at the minimap, you'll just see my teammate has spawned P3, which tells me all I need to know. They're either going to be spawning P5 or that side tunnel. So I'm just playing this really long off angle here. Now, although I might not be able to get the kills of the guys P5, I'm getting info, so I can see if they're crossing just like this. I've got their whole P2 hop up. Even though I'm not getting many kills on those guys that have crossed P5, I can communicate to my team, I've got the P2 window. All you really need to watch is the side door in the pinch, and you should be gravy. So there's no actual spawn point for P3 back here. We're moving on to P3. The main spawns you sort of have are sort of P2 or P5, that or the river to my left here. So it's really important that if you manage to rotate to this area of the map this early, you can maintain the good area, and they're not really going to be expecting it on here because there literally aren't spawns back here. So yeah, I'm blind as about. I didn't see that guy. So where do I spawn? I'm spawning backwater, which tells me they're either going to be coming from P2 or from the warehouse. So I'm telling that to my team. I'm communicating that to my team, knowing that all they really need to do is watch that left side of the map. Now, instead of challenging that old time and spawning out potentially, I've got an early good position here where I know my teammates are spawning far right towards the water. I've got the whole rear side. All they really need to do is flood hill. However, I was so conscious of the minimap and where my teammates were, I ended up choking and dying. So you're going to notice here I've spawned out. I've spawned at P2, which means that they're pinching the new hill. They've already down past that water side, and that's the only real place they can spawn. Because don't forget, we're still on P3 spawns. Moving on to P4, there are a couple spawns behind me. So there's one P5, there's one bottom maze, which is behind, like, underneath the third. But then there's also two fairly common spots in which they spawn, which are pretty much just outside of this tunnel or deep left water. Now, I've spawned quite deep here, so I'm very conscious of the fact that maybe someone pushed in front, which is why I pre-stunned it. But considering we're on the hill, they should be spawning deep left. So that's why they managed to go up top comms, look over the snow, and then beam me like that. So we've managed to flip spawns, which tells me they're spawning out maze or P5 side, which is why I'm sort of expecting these guys here. Plus P5's new anyway. So you're going to see me sort of play around here, try and get these last couple of kills towards the middle of the map, and then play for new. So that's one wave of enemies down. They're all going to be spawning in. Because I'm blocking this, potentially if my teammates are blocking the backside of the spawn, they're going to be spawning maze, which is just pretty much where I am. Now, being back here, all those guys that have just died are probably going to be spawning in the P5 spawns. So the two spawns for P5, or the three spawns for P5, are P2, back warehouse, and back water. Like deep left behind the comms, behind the glass, whatever you guys want to call that. Now, because I'm up here, I'm actually blocking their P2 spawn. They can't spawn here because I'm up here. My teammates pushed up front warehouse, which means they can't spawn front warehouse. So all that does to me is it alerts me to the fact that they're going to spawn behind the comms, which is why they're just flooding that general area. So if you get that good setup, you have someone in warehouse pushed up a little bit, someone in hill, someone in third, top third or P2 generally, they're going to be spawning back glass, back comms, whatever you guys call this. So yeah, just be aware that that will happen, and they will just keep spawning there over and over and over again. So we're still spawning here, and instead of getting that prime position, I'm playing for this little bit of an off angle towards P1. Now, there's a really nice spot you can obtain on P1 here, which is sort of what I'm going for. I'm trying to clear the top comms, because realistically, if there's someone up here on the enemy team, it's jarring. Like, it's so hard to kill them off of it, which is why I'm sort of playing for it. Now, I'm actually managed to crawl away onto this ledge, and from where I currently am, I've got pretty much the entire push to the hill. They're not really going to be checking this because someone can be top comms. I'm literally baiting the hardpoint here, getting my initial info, and then getting the kills I need to. So I'm actually not moving from here. I'm trying to communicate to my team that they can get on the hill for pretty much free. All they need to do, the only place I can't see, bear in mind, is the ramp to me on my right here. So I've communicated to my team that that's what they need to watch. They're going to be flooding P5 through the tunnel. I've got his entire push from this position, so it's honestly a godlike position. Oh, he's ramp. He's coming cat room. No, he's unfortunately, I do fall, but it is what it is. Spawn new, spawn new. So there's 10 seconds left. P2's left. P2's the next hill, and don't forget the spawns on here are pretty much warehouse, back tunnel, or P2. Back P3, sorry. So because I'm in P2 and my teammates are just spawning there, that blocks that back spawn for them. Don't know how I ego chowed this guy and succeeded, but this tells me that they're going to be spawning either back tunnel or they'll be spawning in P5. So it depends where we're pushed up, to be honest, but that's the general vicinity where they will be coming from. Nice, Zega. Zega's popping off there, going huge, and one guy actually rage quits, which is a laugh, but I would too. So that's actually going to round up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful seeing the spawn guys in practice. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know down in the comments, or as I say, join my Discord and ask any questions you have on there. That'll do for me, and I will catch you in the next one. Ciao for now. We're team 2. I don't know why they're voting for themselves.
We're team 2, yeah?
Wait. Yeah, we're team 2. Why have they voted for themselves?